Hey everyone, welcome to Ecstasy Chat. I'm Serge.
I'm Rob.
I'm Gen Z.
And I am Gen X.
And we are coming at you with another music reaction. So today's song is We Don't Know. And what we mean by that is that we've come up with a new system. So you guys have been pretty awesome. You've been suggesting a bunch of songs.
A lot of songs.
A lot of
Yeah,
songs.
yeah.
In fact, I think we have 54 songs that you guys suggested. 54 to go through.
And we do want to go through them.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go through each and every one. But we were thinking about it and we came up with a fun system that we're gonna do for all of our reactions videos from now on, which is we're gonna take every single recommendation, we're gonna put it on a wheel. Which wheel you ask? This one right here that you should now see on screen. So this wheel is what all of your guys' suggestions put on a wheel, and what we're gonna do is at the start of every episode, we're gonna spin it, and whichever song it lands on is the song we're gonna cover for the video.
There it goes.
So without further ado, we'll spin and figure out which song we're gonna react to. Rob, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready to see this work.
All
so
right.
let it roll.
All right, so Rob, I'm gonna actually give you the honors. I'm gonna let you click and choose a song for today. You control the destiny.
Wow.
Ready?
The pressure.
Oh, you only click once. There you go. So we're gonna be reacting to Never Too Late by 3 Days Grace. So let's pull up the song and we'll get started.
All right, let's do that. Now, I have to let all of you know that Search has started us off with a lot of songs in the genre and a great group, Breaking Benjamin. So a lot of these groups and songs I've never heard.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting. And
yeah, so I was actually
gonna
gonna mention it as we bring up the video.
I'm sorry.
But
stole your thunder.
Since we've jumped straight into it, basically, Never Too Late, I've written here 3 Days Grace. So this is a song by 3 Days Grace. Have you ever heard of 3 Days Grace?
I've heard of them.
Yeah. Have you ever listened to the song Never Too Late?
I don't know if I've ever heard a song from 3 Days Grace, and I've heard they're great because I heard it from someone I know. But
well,
don't know anything about them.
it's actually my favorite band.
Oh, so probably you.
Well,
Okay,
one of my
from
favorite
you.
bands.
Better.
3 Days Grace, fun fact, guys, is actually the first band I ever listened to, first rock band. Back in elementary school, I would play video games and I'd just have them, their songs blaring in the background. I haven't really paid close attention to the lyrics as I haven't done with like most videos, so I probably won't know the meaning of the song, but I do know the sound, so I've heard the sound before. But for you probably won't know the sound nor the lyrics, so it's pretty exciting. They're a fantastic band, so I think you'll really enjoy them.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let's pull up the song. All right, so I have the song pulled up. Rob, are you ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, so here we go in 3, 2, 1. Never Too Late by 3 Days Grace. And we have lyrics too, so that's always nice. We always appreciate lyrics. Do you see that in the background?
This world will never be what I expected, and if I don't belong, who would have guessed it? I will not leave alone everything that I own to make you feel like it's not too late. It's never too late. Even if I say it'll be alright, still I hear you say you want to end your life. Now and again we try to just stay alive. Maybe we'll turn it around 'cause it's not too late. It's never too late.
So, first thoughts. This is your first time you said hearing kind of their sound.
Yeah, I like the sound. They got a really good sound. It's a rockin' sound.
Yeah, I think what makes the band stand out a lot is the lead singer. He has like a really cool voice, and I like how he has a little bit of rasp to it, and the way he shouts. And
Yeah, I know
it's really
the rasp.
dramatic.
I like the rasp.
That's what I love about rock is it has that dramatic sound to it.
The video is pretty cool. It's drawing me in. It's actually it's kind of touching. I'm not going to share what I'm hypothesizing right now.
Really?
But
Well, why not? Share it with us, Rob. Come on, we want to hear your thoughts.
well, yeah, it's just kind of touching. Maybe this family and the little girl just, when you're a kid, life is good and there's such an innocence and naivete. It's beautiful. Life is just beautiful, right? You get so excited about having an ice cream. Kids are just beautiful people, and the mom and dad are there, and they seem happy, and everything's cool. And then to see this woman being, it appears to be institutionalized, and she's being forced into whether a situation or maybe a medication, something. I'm wondering if that woman is now grown up,
Right.
who was once the little girl.
The little girl with her parents.
Life was just great, and you know, when you're at that age and you're with your mom and dad together, it's heaven on earth. And certainly, if you're institutionalized, it's hell on earth, I would imagine.
Right. And then what you said about the song being touching, I think even in the name itself, Never Too Late, it kind of has a touching sound to it, which is like with all the despair and discomfort and all the things that go on, there's always a chance for it to go right again.
Right. Yeah.
So, and the lyrics even the lyrics say, so like if we go here back, right? This world will never be what I expected. And if I don't belong, who would have guessed it? So it's already saying like, you go into the world, you don't know what's going to be like. And a lot of people, they experience struggles. I will not leave alone everything that I own to make you feel like it's not too late. It's never too late. Even if I say it will be all right, still I hear you say you want to end your life. So they're really struggling to like make it through, right?
Yeah.
And then now and again, we just we try to just stay alive. And maybe we'll turn it around because it's not too late. It's never too late. It's like really beautiful lyrics that as hard as life is,
Yeah.
there's always a way to.
It's never too late.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a really touching song.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Let's let it roll.
No one will ever see
There's the girl.
reflected. And if there's something wrong, who would have guessed it? And I have left alone.
And it looks like, did she just get passed off? Because look, is that the same guy? Is that her dad or is that someone else? Because I'm wondering if she got adopted just now. She got given up for adoption.
No, I just assumed it was her dad.
Let's go back here real quick. Let's see.
And if I don't belong,
And also at this, oh look,
guessed it.
also at the start there, the way they grabbed her hand, it is almost. What if she was getting passed around for adoption? What if these aren't her original parents? They could be her original parents. But I'm just thinking at the start here when they grabbed her hand, it was kind of like that moment where she got adopted and it's all sunshine and rainbows, right?
Right. Well, let's see.
I could be wrong, but the reason I'm wondering is whether or not these are her original parents at this moment later on. It almost seems like she just got passed off for adoption. Watch. So it started with her grabbing the hand of this lady, and now she's letting go of the hand. And the woman is leaving her. And now there's this guy. Unless her mom left, right?
Maybe her mom died.
I see.
Everything that I own to make you feel like it's not too late. It's never too late. Even if I say it'll be alright, still I hear you say you want to end your life. Now and again we try to just stay alive. Maybe we'll turn it around 'cause it's not too late. It's never too late.
Oh. And that's also a dramatic lyric right there as well. The time we lost, we can't get back. But also the visuals, I think they're telling a story. There's some symbolic things going on there as well. I'm curious to hear your thoughts before I share mine.
Well, the mom's missing, and so it would seem like she's missing. She's gone. Maybe she died, and so it's just the girl and the dad. But there's just some scenes in there, like when he finds her hiding under the bed. Why is she hiding under the bed? And there are different thoughts that come to my mind. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm getting some bad feelings about this guy because he kind of creepily touched her shoulder there.
I'm not sure.
And she ran under the bed to hide. But the reason I think is keeps switching between scenes of her as an adult strapped down to the bed. I wonder if that's like symbolic for her like feeling trapped, like she's experiencing some child abuse as she's growing up, and since she grew up that way. It's like Pavlov's conditioning when someone from an early age, from like a kid age, is constantly going through abuse, when they get older, they still feel like they can't get away, even though they're a full-grown adult who has a chance to get away.
Sure. No, that's right. And that crossed my mind, but I haven't determined that or even thought that would be a hypothesis of mine. But one thing I did notice in the film here, she's in bed and she has her arms and her feet, and they're
Tied down.
But then also there's a quick clip where it shows all 4 appendages are being held by
The hands of the little girl.
no, by her dad, because
Oh.
you see the sweater. You see the long sleeves of the sweater. So the dad's holding her down
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah, there it is. That's the shot you're talking about.
Yes. And so, again, maybe, I don't know. It's too soon for me to make a judgment. But maybe he's trying to hold her down for her own good. Or maybe, like you're saying, maybe it's an abuse situation.
Right. I mean,
Not sure yet.
the thing that kind of clues me on as well is she runs to hide under the bed, and then you see his shadow come in. See? And just from a
So she's hiding from him because
Yeah.
she hears him coming.
yeah, and the cinematography perspective is it's intentionally made that way. So like the shadow approaching the room is kind of like a monster shadow going over
Right.
the room.
Yeah, so good observation on that.
Yeah. And then, like you said, he's holding her down.
This world will never be what I expected.
It's also some medication.
And if I don't belong,
Oh.
even if I say it'll be alright, still I hear you say you want to end your life. Now again we try to just stay alive.
And how are you liking his voice and like the lyrics?
Yeah, he's got a great voice. I think 3 Days Grace. I
3
think
Days Grace.
Yeah, I think I want to hear some more songs from them, and I think just from what I'm hearing from this, great sound. A good beat. Overall, it's one of these songs where I could just be jamming in my car, blaring it, full on 10. You know.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite lyric right there as well. Even if I say it'll be alright. See, I think this is the chorus. It's like really beautiful the way he sings it, right?
Yeah.
But something I'm most wondering is, what are your thoughts on this room, this scene? Because this is very clearly a very important scene by the way they had the camera focus.
So again, I'm not sure yet if it's the whole abuse situation, but on that thought,
Right.
his hands are all over the room, all
Right.
over her.
And then the camera refocuses on his
On his
hand to
hands.
show that it's his hand.
Right. Yeah. And so it could symbolize a lot of things. I don't want to sound naive or stupid. Maybe it's a hand of protection, or maybe it's a hand of abuse. Some of you might be thinking, well, Rob, come on, it's so obvious. It's not obvious to me yet, just because I think I just have a hard time thinking of it happens, but I just have a hard time thinking of
Right.
parents abusing
Yeah, it's,
other kids. And I know it happens. I don't deny it. I guess it just is really
yeah, it's something you don't ever want to think would happen, right?
right. And I don't deny it, not at all. I just
Yeah, and
want to see something better.
and then we have this interesting scene where there's like this figure shows up with like the wings,
Yeah.
which I'm guessing is supposed to represent an angel, right?
Yeah. But then he seems to be suppressing the angel, or not suppressing, but like makes me look like the dad is a villain, because he seems to be
Fighting the
angel.
or the angel is fighting the dad.
Right. And what's interesting here too is angels typically symbolically would have white feathers, and this has black feathers. which represent typically a raven.
Right, raven.
Yeah, which is very, very different. So I'm just really curious about this. But also I noticed the butterfly, which symbolizes a metamorphosis. And so it's never too late. And so for all of us, you and I, and even you out there, the cool thing is in life, and I won't get too deep right now, but we can always experience a metamorphosis. The metamorphosis of the caterpillar going into its cocoon. Cocoon.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Caterpillar form, cocoon form, and then
goes into a butterfly. And the beauty of that is, we could all be crawling on the dirt, and yet we can transform into something that has wings and fly high, which I like with butterfly in here. So
yeah, pretty cool.
It's really cool, a symbol of metamorphosis, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking.
We're becoming something beautiful.
Yeah, I have an idea here of something else that just popped into my mind based off of a comment you made earlier, but I'm gonna wait till the end of the song.
Okay.
So ready?
Let's see.
Wow.
I want more.
Yeah. Well, we have some more 3 Days Grace on the wheel, so hopefully the wheel lands on it.
But you know what's really cool about the title? It's never too late, and we see her get out of her bed. She walks away, and when you look into her face, her eyes, she's determined. She has a strength. And so there are times when we are beaten up, or we feel like we've lost our mind, or we feel like maybe we don't even know who we are anymore, right? We're institutionalized, either figuratively or some of us maybe even literally. It's never too late,
Right.
and we can get out of the bed of illness, the bed of sickness, and walk away determined and strong and self-assured. It's a song of rebirth, and I like that.
Yeah, and I think in terms of the visuals, what I was gonna say that I was saving for the end. What I'm thinking the song is about, because like at the end there, you notice as the angel is fighting off the dad, or at least the memories of the dad. Then, or the chains holding her back. There's a scene where he let go of her, and she was finally free. It seemed like. Something I'm wondering is if the mother left them. And what happens is sometimes when there's two parents and they have a kid, and one of the parents leaves, the other parent resents the other parent for leaving, but then also starts resenting the kid because they resemble their parent. And she's a girl who represents her mom.
Right.
And so what if he started taking out and being abusive towards her, which kind of was clued in on those scenes. And at the end there, when she was a grown up, she had to take all that medication and everything, and to kind of get over that trauma. And then at the end of the song, it was symbolizing that she finally got over it, so it was never too late.
Right.
That's what.
That's pretty intense. So just to recap, so I understand, perhaps the girl reminded the dad of too much of the mom.
Right.
And maybe they didn't have a great relationship, and he had disdain toward the daughter. She reminded him too much of the mom.
Well, yeah.
And he
the spinning image of, right?
Yeah. And so he took out his either disdain, maybe even hatred, anger, whatever it was, on the daughter.
Right.
It was completely displaced.
That's what, and what you said towards the beginning about maybe it's symbolic for her mother leaving during that one moment. That's what kind of clued me in. Because then it all made sense, because the dad was on his own all the time, and then why would he suddenly change, right? Because when the three of them were together, they were having a really lovely relationship. They were doing the merry-go-round thing where they were holding hands and spinning in a circle, and then it all changed, right?
Yeah. What the beauty of this song is, it leaves it open for a lot of interpretation.
Right?
I'd really like though if there was a part 2, Never Too Late part 2, and a continuation of the song. Wow. First time that I know I've heard of this group, 3 Days Grace, and I really like this song. Whoever recommended, thank you. I want to hear more.
Yeah. So guys, we hope you enjoyed the video. We had a blast listening to this one, and stay tuned for our next one. We're going to be doing more music reactions and hopefully exploring some new bands as well. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps out the channel, and stay tuned for the next one.
Stay tuned.
All right. Take care, guys.